Alexandria Masse. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Wonderful. Talk us through some of your amazing textile work.
Oh my gosh, I don't know where to start. So I make a lot of soft sculptures, and that includes like a lot of insects recently. I've done a large spider, I've done like a 13-meter long centipede, and recently I just finished doing 6 large bugs as well. But I'm also like very interested in fashion, as you can see. I love to crochet, I love to dye my own yarn, and I love to work with wool, and I love to put that on my body and make up like bugs out of it.
That's so interesting and very incredible. Obviously, Fashion Revolution, we're here to discuss a little bit about sustainability. How much is that, how's that importance for you when you're considering the works that you're creating?
I like to think about like, how long am I going to be here? How long is the things I'm going to create be here? One day I do want them to disappear into the ground, so I keep that in mind. It also depends on what's the application. Am I putting it on a wall forever? Is it going to be on my body? How does that work? I work with 100% Canadian wool. All of this is hand dyed, so I hand dye all of my wool in small batches, and essentially I can do the math for it where I only have like a little bit of scraps. So that cuts down on materials and cost, and also harming the environment. So I like to keep it within Canada.
That's amazing. That's what we like to hear. That's incredible. Can you tell us a little bit about the talk that you're genuinely about to give?
Yeah, so I'm honestly just talking about the giant spider that's at the other Fluvog store, and I just talk about my process, how I make her, how I dye things, how I come up with ideas, my inspirations, how I got into textiles, pretty much like all about me.
Hey, an amazing topic. Can you actually tell us a little bit about how you find your inspiration for some of the more of the garments and how that starts out in your mind?
Oh, sometimes, honestly, I just wake up with an idea, and I have a sketchbook with me at all times, because sometimes I'll be like on the bus, I'll be like, on a train, and I see something, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, I have to do this. For example, like this skirt has a bunch of horses, and I was in Iceland when I made this. So my whole idea was like, I saw a bunch of horses when I was going for walks, and I was like, how can I incorporate that? And like front and back, they're all around. And I just thought, like, how can I wrap this around the body? Because I think of the human body as a sculpture. It's just like a very weirdly shaped sculpture. And essentially garments are just like things you put on this weirdly shaped sculpture.
Amazing. Perfect. Well, you're about to give this talk about you, so I will let you go to that. Thank you so much for speaking with us today.
Thank you for having me.